We had some really good friends in St. Pierre, Michou and Janine Desdoué. And Michou's mom, Liliane Almaster, one day went out to take in the clothes off the line, and not there long after ended up paralyzed. It was a really tough time. She spent a year in St. John's in the hospital, not understanding the people around, speaking in English, unable to move and so on. And finally, when it was all done, she went back to St. Pierre and, flew over on the plane. And to me, in my mind, I could imagine what it must have been like to see St. Pierre coming back into view and being back for her amongst her friends and family and her home in St. Pierre. And that's what Bound for St. Pierre is all about. It was dedicated to her, based on me just imagining how that must have felt.
I think the relation with Jim is special for St. Pierre because he's really interested in culture, in different culture, all that. And even though we are in the same area, we don't have totally the same culture at all. And I think that's really getting me curious about it. And people in St. Pierre were really curious about his music too.
Jim has this touch. He has a sound that is typically his. No matter what type of music he'll be playing, you will always recognize this is Jim Fidler. There's a little sound, a little ambiance. There's a feeling to the music that you recognize that it's him. With his album Gypsy, he made a very big impact on the islands of St. Pierre and Miquelon. Everybody in St. Pierre and Miquelon knows of Jim Fidler, knows of the Gypsy album and other albums since. I could say that Jim Fidler is not only an artist that visits our islands every now and again, he is most definitely a friend of St. Pierre and Miquelon. We can almost say he's an honorary local of St. Pierre and Miquelon.
They invited me out to St. John's from Toronto because they're getting married in St. Pierre, which is that little French colony off the coast of Newfoundland. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. I'd never been to Newfoundland or St. Pierre, so I was going to kill two birds in one stone. So I flew out there and spent a couple days in St. John's with them, and then we drove down to St. Pierre and saw this, immersed in French culture, and we all stayed in this one kind of big house there, and it was pretty amazing, and that forged our bond even further.